This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge sanctioned by the U.S. government. Weapons of Class 4 and lower have been authorized for use during the purge. All other weapons are restricted. Government officials of ranking 10 have been granted immunity from the purge and shall not be harmed. Commencing at the siren, any and all crime, including murder, will be legal for 12 continuous hours. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be unavailable until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. when the purge concludes. Blessed be our new founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all.
Yes. Let's pull this up.
China's second largest property developer, and it looks, company's name is Evergrande. This is China's second largest property developer, and it looks more and more like the company is on the brink of collapse. Today, the company's main real estate unit, a company called Hengda, applied to suspend trading of its onshore corporate bonds after a downgrade, and this is as the overarching property developer, Evergrande, is managing to try to stay on top of this liquidity crisis. The company currently owes about $300 billion. It has $300 billion.
Woo! $300 billion. So they've known about this for a couple weeks. Not that scary. I'm not sure why there'd be a lot of hedge funds or companies around the world caught up in this, but I'm sure there are. I'm sure a lot of banks are tied up in this. Banks are really stupid. A lot of hedge funds are really stupid. Most people actually are really stupid. So just because they went to Ivy League colleges and they manage money doesn't mean they're not stupid. Most of them are very stupid. Oh, my shit got paused. So, keep that in mind. Most of the people that you listen to, talk to, watch, to include myself, don't know shit. Okay? So, as soon as you realize that, a lot of this stuff makes sense. And that it's chaos. Okay? So, the market's chaos. The market going down is not a surprise. Okay? If you've read my book, you would know we're in a stage 4 decline. We talked about this last week, and I said I am not getting short. I'd sent out a text. I don't think this is just a garden variety correction, okay? I'm not going to try to capture 5%, flip out, and run into I just don't. I'm too old for that. I don't have time for it, okay? So we'll pull back. It's probably going to keep going. You're probably going to come all the way down to this 200 line here, okay? I imagine this is where the correction's going to end. It's going to come all the way back into here. So your counts are going to drop another 5-10% maybe, and they'll come right into here. I don't think this is the bottom. I mean, it could be the bottom. I don't think so. So this stage 4 correction started right there, right? That's the money flow right there. That's a normal movement. So stage 4 is completely normal. Down moves are normal. Market can't go up unless it goes down. That confuses people. You need it to go down. Most of you don't have enough money that it fucking matters anyway, okay? You got like 20 G's in there. Nobody cares. You got to go get more money, and you want to buy these when they set up on a stage 1. Today's not a buy. Don't buy when it's just going down, down, down. Let me give you a good example of what I'm saying, okay? Now you can. If you're not playing any strategy, you could just do that. Wait for the RSI to go extreme. Here's an example. Down, 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 down. And you're like, oh, this could be a good buying spot. Maybe. Right? But I need a box. And you got to know that you're nibbling on the box. Okay? So if you're trying to be a hero and go in heavy on the bottom, you're doing it wrong. That would be a nibble, if at all. And then look, because this is what's likely to happen. Whenever all these moving averages are pointing down, it's going down. And it's going to keep going down until it doesn't go down. And so if you're trying to buy that, you're trying to buy the bottom. So you got to understand that you're running counter to the trend of the market. So it don't matter what ticker, bro. Just listen. So you don't even want to attempt it till you get a box. So this was your first box like on CSX trains. Now here's the problem though. If this has had a big move down, right? And you can see the money flow. You see it, right? Can you see it? And then what? That stage 1 turned into what? A 4. Just like a 3 can turn into a 1 can turn into a 3. It's the bipolar, high tide, low tide, man. Good and bad. Like that's nature. So that's where we're at. So we busted this box. We'll see if we hold. Let's see. Yeah, I would do some waiting. I'm not doing any buying right now. The only things I would be tempted to maybe nibble on a little bit here is AG&C. AG&C is building this large stage 1. Now, if you've ever listened to any of my classes, I tell you, once the moving averages go flat, see that? It's of no value anymore. Where price is in relation to this moving average no longer matters. The moving average went flat. That's it. It's no good. It's no good till it gets some slope. So look, flat. The indicators can't help you here. Flat. Everything's flat. That's barely moving. So basically it's been the same price now for since August? Shit, go back to July. It's basically been the same price for 2 months. A little up, a little down, a little up, a little down. What we thought was a breakout now just turns into a stage 1. So as you're looking at this, what you're seeing is this right here. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay? If you were to blow this up and act like you gave a fuck and look at it and actually try to learn, right? So it means you're not looking at football, you're not looking at the Kardashians, you're not playing with yourself or looking at your friends. You actually stop and you look and you go, what is a stage 1? And you contemplate on it, you think about it, and you realize that this flat, right, is you could take an arrow and draw it across the line. And you see price going above it and below it and above it and below it and above it and below it. And that's what you see happening right there. Moving averages went flat. Now, we don't know when a stage 1 is going to, or stage 2 breakout's going to happen. And we thought it was right there, but when it came back, the moment it came back down, as long as this level holds, we know this is no longer a stage 2. And now it's just kind of bumping along here. So, I don't know. We'll see what it does. I do like it. This is a big dividend stock. It's playing inside of, it's hanging out by the 200. It's playing inside this big box. We'll see what happens. That's funny. I miss that guy cutting off his penis. But it can trend, sir. What do you call that? What do you call that run? Nice run. So these stocks can, but they often don't. So if you build up these positions, so I've been buying AG&C every day. If you build these up large enough, when they do run, you can make a little money on them. But it's not really a. All right, so now we're going to stop to look at Smile Direct Club. Somebody wants to brag that their stock went up today. All right, everybody sees it. There you go. There you go, ma'am. She wants to brag a minute that she has a stock that went up while all of yours went down. So let's enjoy her celebration while you guys suffer with your accounts going down. There's your stage 1. There's nothing to look at here. There was your buy right there. Stage 1 buy. There's your stage 2 breakout. Here's your first target. It's called the money flow. It's the same. It's been the same for, I've been teaching it the same for 7.5 years. Here's your target, ma'am. Congratulations. Where's your next target? Up here. So while everyone else is suffering, you want to gloat and show how beautiful your trade is done. Okay, let's do that. Anybody else want to do that? Make everybody feel bad? So here's your first target. There's your second. I would be trimming it. It's hitting the previous high on an RSI into a negative market. I would trim it if it was me. Great trade though. Congratulations. Just messing with you. VTSM is one that I'm in, or was it VSTM? Yeah. Same thing, but it's just giving it back. All the way down. Was up 20-something%. Now, some of you are going to be like, oh, I trimmed it. I sold some. Okay, well, unlike you, I trade a strategy called the money flow, and that is not, the RSI was barely 50, man. Come on. I can't call this a previous high. Previous high for me is here. So, if you were trading scared, maybe you took some off. We'll see. It's still a stage 2. I'm not selling a stage 2 before it hits my target. I'm just not doing it, man. I refuse. The VIX was up. All right, so now we got a crackhead junkie who wants to talk about the VIX. So let's look at the VIX. These are all our gamblers. This is our gamblers here. So if I was in the VIX, I would take that money now. I would take at least half of this off. Pop. Over here you had a pop. That was it. Pop. That was it. Pop. That was it. Pop. That was it. And we can run this back through the history of time for all you gamblers. Because once every decade, this thing works. And this thing goes really high. And then people are addicted to it. Mostly beginners. Mostly beginners. Mostly beginners. All this is doing is measuring protection levels. Are people buying protection? You know that, right? The VIX measures put activities. So if you're buying protection, well, you didn't need to know that. On that day right there, that was your chance to buy right there. And there's your target. It's just, to me, I don't, it's stupid to me. It's just dumb to me. Playing the VIX is just a silly way to do it. The best way to do this would be to play the S-Dow. If you want to short, it's really easy. There you go, the S-Dow. But now it's hitting its first target, okay? Look, RSI is creeping up to 37 or 70, I mean. Here's our previous high. I don't know, man. So there was your day to buy. So if you wanted to hedge, if you're in the money flow gang, you remember I sent you an email and I said, hey, Stage 4 decline has started in the Dow and the S&P. I am personally not shorting. That doesn't mean you can't. But I said if you're going to, today is the day. Do you remember that? If you're going to hedge or short, today is the day. And that was the day right there. And I was right. I can be right and not need to trade it. Why? Because I'm older, richer, and wiser than most of you. I'm sorry, it's true. So I don't need to do that. I can just wait. But if you want to trade, now if that's your game, that's cool. That was your day. So you get in, now you're moving up. I'd start taking it down. Not all of it, but some of it. Take it down. Take it down. Twitter looks floaty off the deep end. I've been thinking about getting back into hard drives. So you haven't been thinking that. You're turning into a vegan. Let's see. Taking up yoga and vegetables. Let's see. Is Twitter getting smashed? Whew. Yeah, I wouldn't buy Twitter here. Would not. We had our fake breakout. I'm in this. Stage 1, fake breakout, pulls back. I would not cut this. I'd give it a couple dollar room. I mean, if it breaks over here, we got a problem. Because the next level down is way down here, man. Way down here. If this gets back in the box, that's super bullish. Let's see, man. Let's see. I don't know. Amgen's been on my buy list for a long time. Amgen. I wrote a book about this called You Don't Have to Die Broke, where it teaches the dogs of the Dow strategy. This is one of the 2021 dogs of the Dow. The only way to get on that list is to be the 10 lowest are the 10 shittiest stocks in the Dow with the highest dividends, of course. So down we've come. I started nibbling on this back over here. So my strategy on that is I buy the stage ones, all of them. And one of them will be the bottom. You know, targets are way up here. I don't really sell a lot of these when I buy, but it's way below the 200, which is even better, and it pays a dividend, so I love it. How's Apple? Somebody's always got to bring up that shit. We're looking at Apple. Let's look at the most boring stock in the stock market. Down it goes. Thank God. So, down it goes. So, the richest guy I know, let me tell you about people. You can be rich and dumb, okay? You really can. You can have a lot of money and just be completely stupid. Let me give you an example. And if he's listening, I'm not calling you stupid. I'm using you as an example. I said, hey, man, it's the richest guy I know. What stocks are you buying? I just randomly call people. What are you buying, man? He says, man, I've been buying a lot of Apple. Really? This is last week. Yeah, look, early last week. You're buying Apple? He's like, yeah. Okay. Okay. Really? All right. That's weird. I told him I'd wait for a pullback. I wouldn't be buying Apple here, man. It's gone straight fucking up. And now the RSI is coming in. He doesn't use that stuff, though. He doesn't use RSI. Okay. Well, don't use it. But he's got enough money, it don't matter. What's $20 down or $12 down? But it's just it's the point of the thing. I can't buy it high. I got to buy it low, man. Okay, so now we got somebody else who wants to brag. Well, you guys are doing terrible. I just want to let you know that I'm killing it in this stock. So let's see. VLTA. Yep. So while you guys are losing your ass, my man's reporting his victories here. Let's see. Nice breakout. I don't know why you would have. This has got to be some Reddit meme stock you're following. Because why would you even be trading this shit? So maybe because it woke up here. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of these that did this. So I'm guessing you're following some sort of thread, sir. Is that what you're doing? Where did you get this stock, sir? Don't say you found it either. Don't be bullshitting me. I know the truth. I can feel it. You didn't find this shit. You read it on a Reddit forum, right? Don't be lying either. God is watching you right now. God is watching you right now. Where did you get this stock, sir? I know it wasn't in Barron's because you don't have a subscription to it. Probably wasn't in the Wall Street Journal. I doubt you read newspapers. I doubt you know. Who gave you this stock, sir? It wasn't from your own research. Then people be like, yeah, it was. No, it wasn't. You know how many people find stocks through their own research? Next to none. Oh, is this Pornhub? Is that what this is? Let's see. Let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's getting smashed. I thought for sure it was about to rip, man. Let's see. So we're right back into the stage one. What planet is fall from? He's hilarious. Sir, when you were like, I don't know, how old are you? Let me see your picture. You look like a young man. You're probably an older man. I've been trading these for like 20 years. So now it's just comedy because everything repeats, man. The Bible says there's nothing new under the sun. Everything is the same. The money flow came from God, and now it just does what it does. So right now, we're at a critical point here. If this doesn't hold, we're going into a stage 4 decline, and maybe that's the next level, 38, and then we go to 32. And that would be the money flow pattern, right? So the pattern is what it is. It doesn't matter what we want. It just does what it does. So once it goes into a decline, it just keeps going. It doesn't matter if you love the stock or your dad works there or you know all about it. It doesn't matter. It goes down until it stops, and then it goes sideways. That's different Let's see, different than price, engage, stay patient, wait till that. Let's see, what about Zillow? Oh, we know about Zillow. Zillow's bottomed out. So this is what I was going to talk about on the live today. Look for the stocks that didn't drop. What are the stocks that already corrected and then now are green? That tells you they're probably bottomed. Let's look at Uber. We're going to do mine first, sir, since it's my live, if you don't mind. So if you look at Uber, Uber's green. Why is Uber green? Because Uber has probably bottomed. Did you think about that? Go look at the stocks that are actually fucking green, not the ones going down, and that have already corrected. So this stock's already corrected. It already went into a huge decline, and now it's going sideways. What does that show you? Right here. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, going sideways, right? That's what we're seeing. And we've now seen the moving averages go sideways. You know, this was our confirmation here. When the MACD turned positive, but price didn't, what is that called? Divergence. We got divergence. Moving average, convergence, divergence, MACD. That's what we have right there, man. So whenever you see divergence and a box being built, not 100%, but now we're looking for a bottom. That's probably the bottom. Our target way up here as a trader. So if you're not in Uber, that would be your target as a trader. I'm trying to get more like $70, $68. Let's look at Zoom. Zoom is the same thing. Zoom's been in a correction. All of these are COVID-19 stocks. Look at Zoom breaking out, baby. Or not Zoom, Zillow, excuse me. Zillow. Now, Zillow's been stage stepping down. So if you've taken my boot camp, you know, I talk about these runaway stocks, right? So if the pattern's like this, stage 1, 2, 3, 4, that's the normal movement, right? Like you see this and you say, man, this dude's making this up. Okay, let me show you one. Look, see that? Now, I got this. I always say I got it from God. And they say, well, that can't be. What are you talking about? Well, I don't know. It just popped in my brain. So one day I'm sitting at a blackjack table and I've read hundreds of books. Been trading for 7, 8, 9 years. Maybe 7 years. And then I began to, been all these seminars and all these things, you know, trying to figure it out. And as I'm sitting there playing blackjack, it all came together for me. And I realized they've been saying the market moves in 3 stages. The market goes up, market goes down, market goes sideways. That's not true. Market moves in 4. What they didn't realize is the sideways is a 1 or a 3, right? Meaning there's a sideways up here and a sideways down here. So this is a sideways, but so is this, and so is this. And they're different. One is on an extreme low RSI, one is on an extreme high RSI. And they're different. Now, they can turn into each other. Does that make sense? Let's see. Now, what I just hand you guys for free took me a lot of years and losing a lot of money to understand it. And then it all just like that, bam, hit me. So as I'm sitting there playing cards, and you ever played cards, sometimes the cards will get good. And you'll just win, and then all of a sudden you don't. And you kind of holding your own. And then all of a sudden the dealer's just smashing you. Losing. And then it stops. And then as they change dealers out, it started kind of, and I'm seeing this pattern in my head, and I'm like, holy shit, this is like the stages in price movement. And then all came together. And that is called the money flow. And people always say to me, how do you find stocks? I don't ask stupid questions like how to find stocks, and I just look at the world around me. I just open my mind. They deliver stocks to your house every day in an Amazon box. They're giving you great stocks every day. You just got to open your mind to it. So they're all around you. Let's see. CHPT. Let's see what's going on there. Yeah. Looks like banned. All of these growth stocks all kind of look the same. Let's see. I like this. Solid support. Price has memory. Where price has been before, it tends to go again. And where price, so that's what we're seeing. So when this thing breaks out, it's probably going to get stuck there. Your target you're looking for is here. Let's see. We see Sava. We've been watching Sava for entry points. Ooh, nice. That's why I was talking about being patient. I was explaining this to a young lady yesterday. Text messages me. If you have my books, you can text me and ask me questions. Just don't be crazy, man. I can't help you with your grandmother or, your dog's peeing on the floor. I can't do those things. That's not my specialty. But I can do it with stocks. And I said, you got to wait till this price starts to go sideways. And we want it to get above the 5. But part of the problem with Sava is the lines are so far apart. You're never going to find any great moves where the lines are this far apart. If you look over here, whenever it takes off, they come together. And so a lot of my Instagram content, like the songs I post, like if this is all symbolic, I kept trying to get people to listen to the Beatles come together. It's about these moving averages come together. There's been about 8 bands redo that song. I know, but you guys were fucking busy, so nobody commented on it, so I stopped doing it. So the point is, these are lessons come together. So if you listen to the Beatles song, you'd be like, damn, I don't know if I should buy this right now. It's the opposite of come together. It's called torn apart. I call this a broken family. It's too far apart to even really think about it. And if you do, you just got to nibble on it. But now what are we seeing? You're like, holy shit, Gerald was right. I know. I'm right. See how they're coming together? And as this one comes together closer, you're going to get more of a chance. So that you nibble here. You nibble. And if it gets back into this box, that's super bullish. And then our target is what? 120. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's see. What moving averages are you using? You better get the book, you greedy bastard. Buy the book, man. You got shoes that cost more money than the book. I'm trying to help you, man. You're wearing Chinese shoes. Got a fake Rolex on. Don't want to buy the book. Buy the book, man. You would know. Or look at the newsletter. If you go to the Peters Report, I give it all right here. For the cheap bastards. Right here. But what's important, some of you guys sent it and you don't even have the exponential in it. I can't speak to you because that means you're not paying attention to detail. It's an exponential moving average. What is an exponential moving average? Do you know what it is? You know the difference between an exponential and a simple? If you don't, that's terrible. It's terrible. You really should know the difference. There's a big difference. So in the book, I call the 5-day the trigger. So if we have a gun, we can shoot it, right? But the trigger is when we pull the handle, right? Pull is when we make our move. Pull the trigger. So we want to get above the 5-day on a stage 1. And on a stage 2, the confirmation is when the 5 and the 20 cross. But that's not 100% certain. That is just a confirmation. So we're seeing that today, yesterday on Sava, and then today on Sava. Let's look at Wish. Serial disappointment there. I'm stuck in that stock. Now, you can take a hit and get out of them. I prefer to trade my way out of them. Some people don't like that. Now, if you do what I do and you try to trade your way out, you could get stuck and it could go to 0. I've had stocks go to 0. Yeah, Wish looks terrible, but it is holding support. Just an absolutely horrific stock right now. They reported terrible gains, so we'll have to see what we're going to do. All right, Whipple wants to look at CAT. Let's look at Caterpillar, CAT. Woo! Okay. This is way too soon, Whipple. Don't be buying this shit today. Ugh. So let's back this up. This could be an opportunity, though. Let's back this up to the weekly. Woo! It's a long ways down, bro. I would wait on this. if you're trying to catch the bottom, because you're probably coming to about 180, 175. Right in there. Or nibble. Zillow's breaking out. I wouldn't get too aggressive with that breakout. Yeah, that cat is a bread and butter play. It's just under the 200, so that's good. A lot of those right now. That's nice. You guys in your covered calls. Let's see. Q. The problem I have with covered calls, it's like peanuts, man. You're picking up peanuts. Let's see. Yeah, it's been going up. God, it moves so slow, though. Such a slow mover. Even with this gigantic move down, that's 1.3%, man. I get it. Let's see. Did Roku hold the box? I like Roku. I liked it earlier too, though, so what do I know? We'll see. C3.ai. Such a weird name, huh? So I like Roku here, but it's below the 5, so I wouldn't be in a big rush to buy that, man. Yeah, AI looks terrible. Band looks terrible. I'm sure I don't even have to. Do I got to look at Groupon? We know that looks like shit, right? Nah, it's holding it. What about Space? You could buy Groupon here. I wouldn't go heavy, man. Space is trying to break out. I'd rather buy Space. Filecoin, huh? I like follow me. Somebody just say follow me. Man, ain't nobody following you, man. Get the fuck out of here. There ain't no reason to follow you, bro. Ugh. Yeah, all these cryptos are falling down. Nobody's following you, man. Workhorse, NVIDIA, AMD. Let's see. These are all the same, man. Workhorse. I mean, this Workhorse, dude, if you got patience, you got to know about these stocks, though. These penny stocks, these Workhorses, and I'm in a bunch of these too. You got two options. You either got to play these with really tight stops, or you got to be able to withstand some very large swings. And the very large swings can let you make some money, okay? But you can have massive sell-offs in these stocks. This stock could go to a fucking penny, okay? All of these could go to a penny. Anytime they're penny stocks for a reason, because they're shitty, right? That's why they're penny stocks. They're not big businesses. And so the slightest misstep, one missed contract, one government rule changes, and this stock is worthless. So you just got to understand that. So, understand that and keep your sizing appropriately, man. I like a lot of these. I like the volatility in them, and it can be hard to swallow, I know, because it can be brutal. LIVX is one. I'm in that. And they can drop 50, 60, 70%, man. Yeah, I'm still in yen. I told you, man. You guys, I'm in yen. I'm good with it. I'm going to ride it to fucking zero. It ain't going to zero, though, so we'll wait and see. Let's see. But China just keeps adding one bad thing. But what you got to look at on China is not the yen. You got to look at the FXI. FXI is only down 3%. So you got to keep it in perspective. So right now, what should you be looking for? You should be looking for the stocks that are going up. Uber. Look at Uber's now at $40. That's probably telling you this is bottomed, okay? Instead of bottom fishing, looking for the shit going green. Look at Delta Airlines. Delta Airlines is going green. What does that tell you? It's probably bottomed. What else is probably bottomed? Where's Zillow? Zillow's... God damn, why is that not... we got Zillow. It's going green. That means it's probably bottomed. That's what these mean. Means they've probably bottomed. I like the utility. I mean, if you want to look at some more investment stuff, look at CSX Trains. CSX Trains, look at this. This is brutal. I wouldn't buy here. I'd wait. This could go even lower, man. If this sell-off intensifies, it could go even lower. We got all week to fucking sell off. So this could go to $25 by Friday. It would be unusual, but it could. What book of yours should I buy first? You should buy all of them, sir, and then read them. Don't buy one. Buy all of them. If you buy all of them, it obligates you to read them all. You buy one, you're a lazy bitch. You probably won't even read it. You'll be like, oh, my girlfriend, I got to go over here. And then Tuesday, I got to go see my uncle. And then on Thursday, I got to go over here. And then on Friday, I got to go new. And then you don't read it. Buy all of them. Stop bullshitting. Which book of the Bible should I read? All of them. How much should I invest? All of it. There you go. All of it. Stop bullshitting. Stop cheating yourself, man. Read all of them. But read the money flow first. Distractions. Let's see. How do you pick the paper copy to buy? How do you pick it? Just click the link, man. What do you mean, how do you pick it? Where are you from, bro? Speak up. All in, all of it. Let's see. Oh, UNP. I mean, all these trains, man. If you don't have some trains in your portfolio, you might consider it for real. If my mouse will work. UNP. All right, so now we know this. Union Pacific Core, look at this, straight down. So these have already been correcting. A lot of the retail stocks have already been correcting. So what do we got? Like Wynn, right? Wynn Casinos, already correcting. These have already been correcting. Now it looks like they're trying to go positive. So is that a bottom? Probably. Well, PLTR, we took profits on that right at the high. Let's see. I don't know about that. So sold some right here. That looks a lot like the top. Just a little. Now, why did we sell? Or why did I sell? You may not have sold. It's the pattern, right? So here's the money flow. Clear as day. Right? Stage 1 buy. Stage 2 breakout. Stage 3 top. You say, well, how could you know? There's the RSI 1 extreme. That's a completed move. One extreme to another. Completed. Look. One extreme to another. What happens now? You're like, but I love the stock and I really think it's going higher. Okay, good. Good. You can buy more on the next stage 1 because it's still going down. That's the pattern. It don't matter. Don't matter how great the company is. Nothing. None of that matters. It goes in stages. Great companies sell off. Beautiful companies sell off. It's supposed to. You want that. That's called volatility. You need it. It's the only way to get rich. So when this sells off, good. Good. And what are we waiting for it to set back up? And what is this? Stage 1, right? Isn't that the money flow? Stage 1, right there. So what if you just bought stage 1s for the rest of your fucking life? Every time Exxon went into a stage 1, you bought 5, 6, 7 shares. And you just did this week after week, month after month, year after year. You know what happens? You get rich. And you really didn't even know a lot about the stock market. Just take the top 20 stocks, and every time Amazon, every time Google, every time whatever, every time they go into a state, you wait for the setup and you start buying some. This is so simple, okay? In your buy and hold, it's so simple. All you're doing is waiting for these stage 1s. And you go, well, what if it does another one? Good. Buy that one too. Wait for it to get down there. Nibble on it. That's how you accumulate large positions over time. But you don't do that on a penny stock like that. You do that on a buy and hold stock, okay? And then look, starts coming up. Well, guess what? If you do that a lot, at a certain point, your position's going to be kind of large. And guess what? Our first target is always what? Previous high. And then what? 70 RSI. Sell 1, sell 2. Now what do? We were waiting for what? Nice pullback to do what? Buy again on the stage 1. And that, my friends, is the money flow. Oh, man. Oh, man. There's nothing. Everything everybody else does is stupid when I watch it. In comparison to that, when I watch it, I'm like, what are you doing, man? All that running around nonsense. So, look at this. This is Pinterest. I want you to see, even when it's not perfect, watch. What do you see? Sideways, up, right? It breaks over here a little bit and down. Now we're going sideways, right? And even if we back up even bigger, the pattern, even when it breaks, a lot of times becomes the pattern though. See it? Even when it breaks the pattern, what we perceive as breaking the pattern, because if you know, I use the 20-day moving average, right? That's the line. See the line? That's the 20-day. And the little line doing all this is price going above it, below it, 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 and then, right? So the only way we can confirm these breakdowns actually is when all the moving averages, when we're looking at all of them, where are they? Well, they're all on this side, right? And then once they're all on that side, it's going up. And you can say, okay, yeah, that's the stage 2. And you can't confirm it until after the fact, because if you did it before the fact, that'd be like reading the future. You can't read the future. So you see how where's it at? The 5-day and 10-day here. Look at this. Once they crossed over on this side of the green line, what happens? Price goes up. And it's not perfect. Look, came down, came back up, and then went down. So, you have those moments, man. Let's see. Somebody asked a good question. Does this method work on futures? Only if price movement matters, sir. This method works on everything. I mean, I don't know you, so I'm not going to smash on you because it's kind of a... They say no question is a dumb question. That's not true, though. That's not true. That came from the generation that wanted to give you a trophy for losing. You're in 3rd place. Here's your 3rd place trophy, sir. Well, that means you lost, just so you know. There's only one winner. Futures, if we're talking about the futures market, I assume, not fucking pre-market. Oh, you guys trading pre-market and all that stuff is nonsense. But don't listen to me. Just keep doing it. That, if you're talking about the futures market, yeah, absolutely. What do you think the futures market is? It's this shit, man. So if we go look at the S&P and you're looking at the S&P futures, yeah, it's gonna. There's your stage 4 decline, right? And then most of you are gonna drop it down. So let's drop it to a 1-hour chart, So whatever time frame you're working on. So whatever, man, whatever. Yeah, wish is horrible, but it's holding the thing. So if price moves, it works. Let's look up lumber price. Where's lumber? Here's the EOD continuous lumber contract. And we say, does this work on lumber? All right, let's look for the breakouts here. Yeah, there's stage 2 breakout. And then it ran up. And as long as these 5-day, 10-day stay on in numerical order on this side, you're good. Now, remember when I said to the downside, you got a broken family. It's the opposite here. That cannot last. As price gets further and further and further and further away from this green line, it will come back. I promise you. Absolutely will come back. So you should have been selling into that, man. And then look, same thing on the way down. When price gets too far away, what happens? It gets pulled back. But you could have bought this one. That's a stage 1. But look, it broke down again and gave you what? Another stage 1. To do what? Now it's breaking out. And so that's the money flow on lumber. You say, does it work on cotton? Yep. Orange juice? Yep. What about hogs? Yep. Futures? Yep. Options? Yep. Anything that price is moving. It's just people, man. This is just people. All this is the emotional collective of millions of people trading. That's all it is. And everyone's interpreting the data differently, man. That's all you got to know. Everybody's interpreting the data differently. Let's see. Yes, of course, Bitcoin. Bitcoin was trying to break out. Now it's still in a stage 1. This will confuse people. If this level here breaks, this is now a stage 4 decline. And you say, why? Because we got to go. We're with the last trade we were in, okay? So that was a stage 1. It started to break out. As long as this holds this general area, it's still a stage 1. If this breaks, it's going downtown. And the next target is around $38. And then we're going all the way back to 2032. And that would be the pattern, right? You'd see it go up, go sideways, go down. You're sad about Apple, sir? Are you sad? Does it make you feel sad? How do you make money if it doesn't come down, sir? Like, how do you get, you don't even have much Apple. How much Apple you got? Be honest. God is watching you. How much Apple do you have? How many shares? You need it to come down. How else do you buy more? I mean, don't you want Apple to come down to like 122? Because if Apple's going to go to 200, I'd prefer that it goes to 122 first. Let me give you an example. If we're buying Apple over here and we run up and you're like, oh, beautiful. So there's a nice stage 3 sideways. Doesn't that look just like that? But I digress. And then what? Stage 4 decline. Now, didn't we need the stage 4 decline here so that we could make the money up here? Don't we need that? See, in order for me to profit big time here, I need entry points that are lower than this, right? Now, my man made a good point here. This is something I want you guys to get. This is going to fuck you up. It fucked me up for a lot of years. I missed out on a lot of gains because of this stuff here, and it's called pride. It's called pride. You'll say, well, I bought it last here, right? And now it's run up. I'm not going to buy again unless it comes below. Why would I do that? I'm not going to buy over here. What if it keeps going? My numbers on my screen will go green or go red, and then right? And then there's some sort of ego attached to this of when you bought it. You like, man, whenever I look at it, I want it to be green. Man, turn the colors off on your fucking thing. It don't matter. And let me give you an example. I started buying McDonald's at $50. It's $2.41. Every fucking day has been above where I bought it. Should I not buy any more, sir? Because it might go below $50. So I'm going to wait. So every big sell-off, this massive sell-off here that brought McDonald's from $200 to $130 was still $70 above where I bought it. Well, I don't want to buy it there. What if it goes lower? And then look at all these moves I've missed out on if I had that philosophy. And I did that with Pepsi. I did that with McDonald's because I got into McDonald's and it doubled real fast. And then it went from 100, it went sideways, and then from 100 it pulled back to about 70. And I'm like, well, shit, that's still way above where I am, so I'm not going to buy that. And then it ripped from 70 to about 120. And then it pulled back to about 100. And it's just stair-stepped this whole way without me. Because I didn't want to buy it because it was above my price. And guess what? Stocks double and triple and quadruple. Let me give you another recent example. Blackstone. It's finally coming down, thank God. Look at this stock. My $4,000... what was it, $4,000 in one count? I got about 10 grand in this. Has turned into $40,000. Doing what? Trading it? Nope. Just sitting on it. Just sitting on it. So like less than 10 grand became 40 grand. Just sitting on it, doing nothing. Now, that whole way, look. You're like, yeah, but I've doubled my money. Why would I want to buy more? Look, every little sell-off, dude, for the last 5 years, it's done nothing but go higher. So if the point to that is nobody cares what you paid for it. Nobody. The stock market doesn't care. The only person that cares is your fucking ego. That's it. That's it, man. What percent do you trim when you trim? Thoughts on Neo? They're lying scumbags. That's my thought on Neo. on all Chinese companies. They're liars. Just assume whatever they tell you is bullshit. Everglade, the company that just crashed, this company here,
dollars in liabilities, and it originally ran into trouble when the government targeted the property sector because of concerns of a housing bubble. The regulators had told developers last year that they needed to reduce leverage before taking on additional debt. So since the...
And guess what? They never reported a losing quarter. How does a company that never reported a losing